Good morning, Immaculate Conception Catholic School family. Welcome to an incredible Monday. It's beautiful outside. If you haven't had time to go outside, I encourage you to guys get out here. It's gorgeous. This Friday, if you haven't had time to check out our Facebook, Mr. Briguet's going to be doing a run, praying for all of us out here at our school. He's going to be doing what he's calling the ICCS 200, 200 laps outside of our school. And every time he goes around, he'll be thinking specifically of one of us. So thank you, Mr. Briguet, for making time for that and keeping us in your prayers. So let's show some support and tune in as he runs outside and tries to put that life for all of us. Also look for, this week, look for grading scales for fourth quarter. It's going to look a little different. We're going to make sure that we kind of keep close to what the districts are doing so that, you know, when transcripts are being sent back and forth, they kind of look similar. And so we're going to go with a P for passing, participating during this last quarter, and an I for an incomplete if you haven't done your part in making sure that you're getting the work done and communicating with the teacher in terms of what it is that you're doing. If you're doing your own thing, we understand that everybody has the same access, but the communication piece is important. So that's going to happen, but it's not going to affect your overall final grade. We're making sure that we take into account quarters 1, 2, and 3 a lot heavier. So that information will be coming out soon this week, so please keep an eye out for that. A story that I want to share with you guys today has to do with a king that had 4 wives. It's a story that I heard actually yesterday, and I thought it was a great story that I would like to pass on to you. And this story goes that a king had 4 wives. He was getting ready to die. He was on a deathbed, and he's starting to get a little nervous, a little scared of the afterlife, and he didn't want to go alone. So he asked his 4th wife, the one that he loved the most. He used to, decorate her with diamonds and, buy her the greatest clothing, and always took care of making sure she looked good. He said, you know what, I love you the most. And I would really appreciate if you would come with me to the afterlife, if you would be willing to die with me. And she said no and walked away. So he called the 3rd wife, and the 3rd wife shows up, and he says, I've always been very proud of you. I like to show you off to all my friends and my family. And, I've always put you in front so that others notice you. Would you be willing to die with me? And she says, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you. And as a matter of fact, as soon as you die, I'm probably going to go remarry and go with someone else. And she walked away. And the 2nd wife comes in, and he says, I know you've always taken care of my needs. You've always been there for me. Would you be willing to die with me? And she says, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But I'll make sure to take care of your needs even to the day after you die. I'll make sure to plan your funeral. I'll make sure to be at your funeral. I'll make sure that everything goes as planned. But that's as far as I can go. I cannot go with you to the afterlife. And out of nowhere, he hears a voice in the background that says, I'll go with you. I will go to the afterlife with you. And it was his 1st wife. And she was the one that he neglected the most, the one that he spent the least time with. Sometimes people didn't even know that he was married with her because she was so forgotten. And she was willing to do that for him. And he was a little bit embarrassed and a little bit confused because he was hoping that one of the other 3 would join him. And that story has a moral, as a purpose, and it kind of goes that we're all kings in a way, and these 4 wives represent part of our journey. 4th wife represents our bodies and how much we like to decorate it with clothing and jewelry and all of that, which cannot join us in the afterlife. It won't go with us. Same thing with wife number 3. It represents possessions that we like to show off and are so proud of, and none of that can join us in the afterlife. The second wife has to do with our family and friends who love us very much and take care of our needs when we need them, who are very loving, yet, the best they can do for us is make sure that our funeral goes okay and attend our funeral to send us off, but that's as far as they can go. And the first wife represents our soul and our spirit, which will join us in our afterlife. And many times we neglect to take care of it, making time for meditation, for prayer, for spiritual nourishing, for time with your God. So it just reminds us of what's really important and making sure that you make time for that. Have a great Monday. Buenos días, ¿cómo están? Mire, aquí andamos afuera disfrutando el día, está bien chulada, ¿eh? Si no han salido, sálganle para afuera, está bien bonito el día. Quería decirles que esta semana vamos a mandar información sobre los grados del cuarto trimestre, porque vamos a hacerlo diferente. Vamos a dar una P para los que están pasando y están participando durante esta cuarentena en las tareas, y una I por los que no están, van a agarrar un día incompleto porque no están participando, ¿verdad? Así que están haciendo su propia cosa o algo, infórmese, háblele a los maestros y díganles lo que están haciendo para saber y darles esa calificación correcta. Aunque no les va a afectar el porcentaje final, porque vamos a tomar más en cuenta los primeros 3 semestres, pero de todas maneras tenemos que reportar algo más o menos a cómo van a estar reportando las otras escuelas para que estemos consistentes como ellos, ¿verdad? Pero bueno, esta información va a salir esta semana. Y quería platicarles una historia acerca de un rey que tenía 4 esposas. El rey tenía 4 esposas y se estaba muriendo el rey. Entonces le habla a la esposa número 4 y le dice que si estaba dispuesta a morirse con él, porque todo el tiempo le ponía diamantes y la ropa más bonita, ropa más fina, y zapatos lujosos, todo. Y ella le dijo que no. Y él se sorprendió porque la quería mucho más a ella que cualquier otra. Y luego le habló a la tercera esposa y le dijo que si ella estaba dispuesta a morirse con él y seguirlo a la vida después de la muerte, porque tenía miedo. Y ella le dijo que no, y él le dijo, pero si yo te ando presumiendo a toda la gente, siempre te te traigo para arriba y para abajo para que todos te vean. Y ella le dijo, sí, pero no estoy dispuesta. Y por cierto, ya que te mueras, pienso casarme e irme con alguien más. Y entonces fue y le preguntó a la segunda esposa que si estaba dispuesto a casarse, porque todo el tiempo él estaba al pendiente de él. Y ella le dijo que no podía, pero que iba a estar al pendiente de él hasta el final y iba a estar segura que su funeral iba muy bien y que todo fuera como estaba planeado y que ella iba a estar allí para él hasta el funeral, pero hasta allí llegaba ella, ¿verdad? Y de repente oyó el rey una voz que dijo, yo me voy contigo, yo me muero por ti, contigo. Y entonces le sorprendió porque era la primera esposa, la que él casi no le ponía atención. A veces la escondía, a veces parecía como que como si no existiera, y se quedó muy sorprendido. Y esta historia tiene que ver de nuestras vidas, ¿verdad? Todos somos reyes y con 4 esposas, por decir, y entonces la primera esposa significa la ropa y las fachas, que nos gusta lucir el cuerpo, ¿verdad? Como si fuéramos a vivir eternamente con esto, y a veces presumimos de más y eso no nos puede seguir a la vida eterna. Y la tercera esposa significa las posesiones materiales que nos gusta presumir o andar para arriba y para abajo con ellas. A veces les ponemos mucha atención y de veras tampoco nos puede seguir a la vida eterna. La segunda esposa significa nuestra familia, que nos quiere mucho y siempre está ahí para nosotros, ¿verdad? Pero nos pueden acompañar hasta el final, hasta la funeral y hasta allí, ¿verdad? No pueden seguirnos a la siguiente fase de nuestras vidas. Y la primera esposa significa nuestro espíritu, que a veces no le damos atención, no rezamos lo suficiente, no tomamos tiempo para estar con Dios, para estar seguro que esté listo para nosotros, para seguirnos a esa vida eterna, ¿verdad? Así que tengan un lunes increíble y que por favor tomen un poquito de tiempo para su espíritu.